Hey guys, good morning. I'm taking a quick break from work and I just want to post something that's really significant for me personally and might be for you guys. It doesn't matter where you are in this world. What matters is how conscious are you about your situation when it comes to certain things. To me, in the last year alone, the last few months really, it's really amazing how we have become so focused on getting to point A to point B, but we are not able to convey the realistic situation we're in many aspects. What I'm talking about is simple: driving. I've been in more than six near accidents because aggressive drivers have passed me or pushed me. Just 2 days ago, I'm going up a hill, 45 miles per hour, speed limit is 40. This individual on a Ford Focus passed me on a narrow lane just to turn right about a quarter mile later. Didn't even stop at the stop sign, just turn right. Then 3.5 weeks ago, in a narrow road, me and another car in front of me almost got into an accident. The driver pushed me, almost hit the side of a home's what do you call it, grass area, and he did the same thing on a car that was about a quarter, you know, distance from me. The point: we have become so aggressive in our driving, and people are not willing to make real conscious effort to drive safely. One of my law enforcement friends even said it. You should get a dash cam, and that's what I'm trying to do right now, getting a dash cam. But the reality is, I've been in near 6 to 7 accidents, two nearly aggressive, where I had to aggressively defend myself in a sense of get away from that person. I don't know if you're into numbers. I don't know if you're into statistics. I'm into those kind of numbers. What really is shocking in the last 5 to 10 years alone, statistically, there's been more aggressive driving aspects in our communities than ever before. There's been an increase in we call it aggressive driving. What else? Driving under influence. It doesn't matter if it's drugs, alcohol. There's been a rise in distracted driving. That includes using the phone, texting, changing the radio, and also sleeping or dozing off. These are real issues because just a few days ago, I was watching the news. A couple almost lost their life with their child because an individual was aggressively passing, like it was what do you call it? He was in a race. Another individual almost got killed because this young man was texting while driving, almost stopping, almost hitting two children that just got off a bus. And just a few days ago, someone who was intoxicated hit the side of our state police station, damaging their AC unit or something like that. These are real issues. I see so many people posting in my community with a smiling emoji or laughing emoji for issues like rolling stops, non-stop speeding. These are not real issues if you're the one being hurt or somebody you know got hurt. I get it. I make it personal for me because I've been so much proactive in the belief that drinking and driving, speeding, things like that, are real issues that can make a difference in one's life. I'm very I'm very proactive about it because I have had friends and family get hurt. But what makes me angry is people posting all these pictures and videos but don't want to call the police. It is an issue because we are not able to believe that these issues will happen to us. Just a month ago or so, I had to call a police. 2.5 months ago, I had to call the police because a car was aggressively zigzagging, almost hitting me, three cars, 4 cars in a high traffic dense area. I called the police, gave them the first 4 characters of the license plate. I pulled over and called. That's the real thing we have to do. If I had a camera then and if I have a camera now, I would do the same thing. Before I leave, let me tell you a quick story about why I'm also very proactive. A few years ago, there was a couple driving with the rest of the flow, but an individual who was drinking and driving didn't stop, rear-ended the vehicle or whatever, and pushed the car sideways, injuring the father and killing the mother, if I remember right. It's been a while. But the point was, the friends of that person who was drinking with that individual didn't even stop that individual, didn't even take his keys or whatever. That is one of the things that is predominant in my mind every time. When I was a young sailor, when I went drinking and partying, I have left my cars in the city. I've left my cars in a parking lot because responsible drivers doesn't mean if you drink one alcohol. Everybody's body's different, but I have one rule. If I drink, I don't drive. Doesn't matter. I've seen individuals in the field of law enforcement to people who are doctors who have been arrested and ticketed and whatever because they were drinking and driving or being influenced in driving. Just be aware. The actions you take when you're driving, from being distracted to speeding to not following the rules and regulations, will not affect you that day, but it will affect you in one form or another in the future. So do not believe you're indestructible. Do not believe you are better than anybody out there. I'm posting this because this last incident is getting worse and worse for me personally. Having 5, 6, or 7 near incidents just this year alone shows that the increase of aggressive driving and harsh attitude about driving has become real. So please be careful. And remember, no matter what you do, drive safely. If you're tired, pull over. If you're drinking, pull over, don't drive. If you're stressed, pull over, call somebody. I have commuted from home to work that took 2.5, 3 hours. I have commuted to go home. The longest I've ever commuted was 4 hours. I take my time. If I get home at 6 o'clock, I'm happy. If I get home at 8 o'clock, I'm happy. I got home, one time I got home at 10 o'clock. So please, remember, drive safely, drive clear, drive with security. Don't drive thinking that you need to do all this at once. Don't overdo yourself. And if you see somebody, report it. The life you save might not be yours at that day, but it could be somebody else in that community. So good luck and keep charging.